Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 3, Episode 8. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. All right, so before we get into the show, let's just go over some current Housewives gossip. So let's start out over in New Jersey. I don't know, you guys may have seen this. So there was some audience participation questions asked to Joe and Melissa. Take a listen.
Do you have a storyline other than Teresa Giudice? What do you mean? Wait a second. What is that? Wait, hold on. What do you mean by that? Like, what's your storyline? So do you realize, storyline meaning like us? Who are we as people? No, just like the show. Like Teresa brings entertainment. It's the Teresa show.
Now, honey, listen. She had zero comeback. And you know why she had zero comeback? Because we have yet to see a storyline other than the storyline of them moving and her daughter having confrontation over being moved her last year of high school. We have yet to see any kind of storyline that Joe or Melissa could pull off that didn't have to do with Teresa. Melissa trying to act as if she didn't understand the meaning of storyline. You know exactly what the meaning of storyline is. Yours has been missing. And she couldn't even say what her storyline was, which speaks volumes. You know good and daggone well that the only reason they got on the show was because of Teresa and Joe. And the reason that they have stayed on the show is because of Teresa. I have never been a fan of Melissa. I did see also online that Melania and Gia have stopped following Joe and Melissa on Instagram. This relationship just seems to have completely deteriorated. And I feel bad about that because they are a family and they are brother and sister and they are all they have. Their parents are gone. There's no other siblings. I really wish that they could work this out, but they seem to be hell-bent on not making up. And I did see Joe trying to defend himself in the situation that happened back during BravoCon with him and Melissa and their assistant screaming at Jen and her assistant. I did watch all of the different videos, and it seems to me that Joe and Melissa are the ones who started the confrontation, and Joe really is living up to the name Little Bitch Boy. I personally cannot wait to see this coming season, which is coming out this February, because I am ready to find out what the hell went down that was the final straw and what happened to have the Marge and Jackie all of a sudden decide to be Team Teresa. Bethany Frankel has decided that she is going to launch a podcast called RHOSLC, where she is going to rewatch all of the most iconic episodes of the Real Housewives franchise and give her reviews. Well, honey, listen, Carol and Luann are not here for it, and neither are some of the other housewives. I think they're saying that if Bethany is truly over it, she's done with the housewives, she's moved on, then why the hell are you launching this podcast? Move the hell on. I think that's what they're saying. Me personally, I don't listen to any of these housewives podcasts, but this one with Bethany might be interesting and I might have to get into it. I'm just saying. Now, there is a rumor that they have completely casted season 4 of The Ultimate Girls Trip, stating that it will be Dolores and Marge from Jersey, Robin and Ashley from Potomac, Sutton and Garcelle from Beverly Hills, which those are my girls. I'm excited about that. And definitely last and least, Emily and Gina from OC. Okay, I don't like Emily or Gina. I didn't want them to be back this season. And I don't give a damn. I'm just saying. Anyway, what do you guys think about this cast for The Ultimate Girls Trip Season 4? We have also released the full cast of Real Housewives of the OC Season 17. And it looks like we have Tamra, Heather, Shannon, Vicky, which, there was footage of Vicky out filming with them on vacation. And I am super excited about that. That means the Trace Amigas are back together. Then, of course, we have Gina and Emily. Taylor Armstrong, formerly of the Beverly Hills. Remember when she had that birthday party for her daughter? Lord, everybody was thinking, what was it, $42,000 she spent for that party? I said, girl, stop it. Quit playing with us. And a new lady named Jennifer. So listen, I'm excited. I think this season of The Real Housewives of the OC might actually have some good moments. Because at one point, I was about to give up and walk away. I've had it. Then Lisa Rinna posted, she's such a big liar. She said, someone just asked me if I have any regrets from the past 8 years on the show. Only one. Yolanda. I would change that. That was very wrong on all levels. That never should have happened. Everything else I own, I would probably not change. First of all, she's a big liar. You're only saying that because Yolanda and her daughters are huge in the fashion industry and you want your daughters to have an in. That's my opinion. You are not sorry. Every year somebody asks you that same question and every year it's a different thing that you regret. I don't think you regret any of these behaviors. I think that you think that this is cute, this is funny, and it's not. I am so sick of this nasty woman. I mean, one year she said that she regretted that she said that Kim Richards was near death. Then didn't she say she regretted some of her behavior for how she treated Denise? It's always something different. Every season, it's a different regret. And now all of a sudden, the only thing out of these 8 years of terror has been what you did to Yolanda? Girl, go on somewhere, you lying ass. The cast for The Real Housewives Legacy. So we are hearing the rumor is Kelly, Dorinda, Jill, Luann, and of course, the Sonia Morgan. And we all know that Ramona is out. They are pretending as if Ramona had an option and she didn't. Ramona is not on pause. She is fired. Okay, so Ramona will not be back. And I am not sad to see it. That woman was an absolute menace. But at the same time, she was good TV for a little while there. Do I think that Dorinda should be brought back right now? No, I do not. I think that Dorinda needs to remain on pause. However, they have brought her back and I'm willing to give Dorinda a chance. And I am hoping that Dorinda will be mostly sober because Dorinda seems to be a lovely woman as long as she is sober. As soon as she starts drinking, she gets vicious and sloppy. Now, honey, listen, these Salt Lake City ratings are pretty bad. Okay, I don't know. I mean, this episode that we're about to review, I wasn't really feeling it. I mean, it was okay. It had its moments. But these ratings are constantly low. So, okay, let's hope for season 4. Also recently, Kathy Hilton had a Christmas party where she was also launching her new pajama line. And honey, listen, Kris Jenner was there and Garcelle was at the party. There was no mention if Kyle was invited. Probably not. And Andy has just announced his new Fresca drinks. So he's got a Fresca tequila drink, and under his post on Bravo Andy, Lisa Rinna said, "Hi, I'd like to try my friend Andy Cohen's new tequila drink." And Andy thought that was hilarious and perfect timing. Also, I wanted to mention on The Real Housewives of Potomac, we seen on the show that Candace went to the Grammys. She also went to the Soul Train Awards this year, and she has a new TV show. So it seems that Candace is following in the footsteps of Candy and Nene and Eva Marcel. She has a new TV show that's actually going to be on a streaming network, and the show is called Hush. And Candace is one of the main characters on this show. So, you know what? Bravo, Candace. Candace is booked and busy. All right, so on to the show. So at the top of the show, we have Lisa and her children. They're talking about Lisa wanting to bring more religion into their lives. She wants to start back to going to church. And Jack makes a comment that I agree with, that people can worship in different ways. And I 100% agree with that. Some people have to be at church every Sunday in the front pew. They know all of the songs. They know that Bible front and back. Other people do different things. I am one of those people that I don't think that I have to be at church every Sunday to be close to the Lord, to know the Lord. You know what I mean? I think that each person should do whatever it is that they need to feel comfortable, to feel the presence of the Lord. And, you know, as long as you have God in your life, that's my belief. Everybody doesn't have to believe what I believe. Do you? I'm just saying. So when I see Whitney, Lisa, and Jen get together on this ski trip, I knew instantly. I said, this is the three of them getting together so that they can do a whole We Hate Heather moment.
I challenged Heather. I said, well, have you even considered Lisa's side of it? And she physically grabs me, turns me around and pushes me to her front door. Hey, I just shared with you that I have had all this trauma that I'm working through.
How would you feel if Meredith said Lisa Barlow's a garbage whore, her family, she's a piece of shit, her husband can't keep a job?
When they were in Arizona, your wife brought up rumors that Lisa cheated on me just out of the blue. And so, I don't know.
Some days that is painful. Some days that's hard.
Coach, we're all with you and your family.
Hold it. You're not holding it.
Well, I'm afraid you're gonna cut my fingers.
Well, Alex,
And last winter, he drank a bottle of bleach.
he's doing so well, Mayor.
He does seem like he's doing great, but then
There was Dana. Well, what was that all about with Jen bullying Angie?
Don't you think Jen could have handled the situation a little bit different that day at the audition? Honestly, I feel like she was almost bullying. I feel like no one stands up to her and no one puts her ass in check when she's stepping out of line.
Dana, what you're not going to do is go around and all of a sudden label me.
I don't want to be in a space of contention and anger. My dad's obituary and death, and the text messages that I exchanged with you, and tweet that if you didn't want to go backward with me.
And I was like, I have to clear my name. I was like, am I that of a person? Did I not?
Yes.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't.
Yes.
I just think, do you like me? Yes or no question.
I'm doing.
Yeah, it is important to me because
You were a casualty in this, and I'm so sorry, and he is so sorry. Have him apologize in public, like he put your name out there in public? For sure. Yeah.
a lot of lies being said about me. Those are hurtful to me, my husband, and my
I
kids.
would never sign up for those
And
lies.
that's
And
my
I have
kids.
never heard those lies nor corroborated those lies. I think they're ridiculous.
Whitney has been very consistent in saying you guys were all a part of that. And
What's your story now?
I just think Heather conveniently forgets, or she really has forgotten.
Dana, I would invite you, except I heard you were talking shit, girl. Don't call me a bully because that is not what what happened.
I don't tolerate stuff like that.
Wow. Dana, we're done. I'm gonna sit here and be bullied. I'm being bullied. I have to sit here and let somebody tell me that I'm a bully? I'm not gonna perpetuate that.
First, I want to say that my heart goes out to Meredith, her sister, and her nephew, Alex. I am so happy that Alex is on the road to being healthier and happier. And I want to say that if there's anyone out there watching or listening to this video and you are feeling depressed or feeling like you don't want to be here anymore, please call someone. Call a professional, call a friend, call someone who you know truly does want nothing but the best for you. There is no shame in being depressed. There is no shame in needing help. People need people. We all go through ups and downs. Depression is a normal process in life. I believe that everyone feels sad and desperate at times. Don't be ashamed to seek help. On a lighter note, 3 people to slice a lemon. I just, I don't understand what the problem was. We needed somebody to hold each end of this lemon. That was hilarious. Now, I have to agree with Jen when she makes the comment that this doesn't really sound like Heather. Heather's not really acting like herself. And I think that she is right. Heather is not truly being the Heather that we have seen these last 2 seasons. And I think that has a lot to do with Heather going through some things emotionally. She lost her father. Her mother is still not speaking to her. Certain family members are not speaking to her. She's coming to terms with her leaving the church, Her daughter is off to college. She's got this book that she's trying to write, and writing this book is probably bringing up all kinds of things in her heart that she was not ready to face or ready to confront. So I think at this time, Heather is saying, you know what? I can't be the girl that I was before, where I just let people say whatever they want to say to me, treat me any old kind of way, and then I just suck it up, cry, run off, forgive them later, try to stand up for myself while I'm just barely making it through a full sentence. You know, she's not doing that anymore. She's standing up for herself, and I appreciate that about Heather. You know, I realize that Lisa wanted to publicly clear her name because Heather did make that comment that Lisa texted her after her dad was dead, which was wrong. And Heather has admitted that she was wrong. But I think that Lisa could have just sent her a text message and said, Heather, girl, listen, you were wrong about this. And I would appreciate it very much if you would go out there on your social media and let people know that you were wrong, because I am being harassed online and people think terribly of me. I can't really take sides between the whole Jen, Lisa, Whitney, Heather situation, because every last one of them are wrong in different ways. All of you need to step back, take a look at all of these situations from the other person's side and see how they are feeling. Then come back together as grown-ups who can talk without over-talking each other and without screaming, and see the other person's side. And I don't really think anything that Heather has done or said is really that bad. And I don't understand why they just think, oh, this is a good time for us to keep piling on top of this woman. And multiple times last season and the season before that, Whitney kept saying, Lisa's always manipulating people. She's so full of drama. But it was Whitney that was out here exposing Lisa's alleged affair. But for some reason, Lisa wants to keep on harassing Heather about it. I would rather stand next to Heather in this. Heather is the one that said she didn't hear the rumor. Heather was not participating in propelling the rumor. She wasn't any part of the rumor. I'd rather stand next to Heather and turn around and look at Whitney as, girl, you were a part of the rumor. What is going on in Lisa Barlow's head? And this whole time that they're trying to talk and the choir is singing in the back, I said, oh my God, these people can't even get a decent warm up. Heather had already said she didn't think it was a good time to have this conversation, but no, here is Lisa still trying to have this conversation. Those people are trying to get in a good, shit. Everybody made it. Everybody who showed up to the audition is a part of the choir. We are trying to pull something together. You are over here doing all of this talking. Be quiet. And Whitney wants to make every situation about her. Everything is about her. Everyone needs to understand her. Everyone has to be there for her and her trauma. We're going to use this trauma as the reason for you acting this way. Girl, please, you go to your therapist, your Reiki person, go and deal with your trauma with those people. Stop bringing your trauma up every second, because every part of your trauma has to do with Heather. Give me a break. And Whitney keeps on saying, oh, I would really like to work this out with Heather. I want to repair our relationship. I really love Heather. We are bad weather. But you talk crap about her every chance you get. When Lisa asked Heather, do you like me? The look on Heather's face was the same look on my face. I said, daggone it. I remember the last time I asked somebody, do you like me? I remember it vividly. I was in the 4th grade, and my best friend Melanie had started being friends with this other girl that I didn't like. And I wanted to know. And I called Melanie out. I said, listen, do you really like me or what? And that's 4th grade me, because I've always been a mess. But I can't imagine as a grown woman over 45 asking another grown woman over 45, do you like me? You know, at this point, ma'am, I don't give a damn. Okay, I'm here to sing in the choir. Because according to her, she's the best singer they have.
I know you were all so upset that I was snubbed for the Grammys this year. So I want to treat you to a special performance of Away in a Manger. Away in a manger, no crib for his bed.
Just get over there and get to vocal warming. Okay? Who gives a damn if she likes you or not? And Heather was not able to answer the question. In her head, she's looking and saying, no, I don't like you. But when she came back and said, is it that important to you that I like you? I said, oh, clearly it is. Lisa seems to be one of those people that wants everyone to like her. And the fact that both Whitney and Lisa tried to convince Heather that she did remember something or she did hear something, I mean, let it go. Could we let it go? This does not make sense. And you know what? When they showed the flashbacks of Heather calling Lisa and Whitney saying that they had made it into the choir, because everyone who auditioned, they made it into the choir. Anyway, and then her acting as if she didn't remember her last interactions with the two of them. I said, now Heather, either you're on the medication or you are absolutely lying right now. You cannot tell me that you don't remember physically touching and pushing, directing Whitney out of your house. Or that last big blow up you guys had down at the choir auditions. You cannot tell me you don't remember that. Now, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt that you don't remember Angie saying X, Y, and Z about Lisa, but ma'am, okay, I think it's bullshit. I call bullshit on you not remembering your last interactions with Lisa and Whitney. Come on now. Still, I have to repeat myself. I don't understand why Lisa is so pissed with Heather. I mean, did you want Heather to talk about your alleged affair? Did you want Heather to spread these rumors? Because she didn't. This whole jazz ticket situation is all Whitney. Meredith may have said you had done favors, but she didn't put the word sexual in front of it. But she didn't bring anything up about blowies for jazz tickets. That was all Whitney, okay? And you're sitting here riding hard for Whitney. Besides the whole posting the father's obituary, I don't know why Heather is so against Lisa. Is it because she said she didn't know her in season 1? Is it because she said that she was a good time girl and she's never gotten past it? Get down in the comments. Why does Heather not like Lisa so much? Can she not get over that? The whole time they're arguing back and forth, the choir keeps getting louder. Then they get completely silent because it's completely awkward. And then when they finally shut up and got together as a choir, the choir director says, oh, finally, we're all together now. And I said, well, that was his way of saying, thank goodness the two of you shut the hell up because we're over here trying to praise the Lord. Now, Jen and Angie H. I appreciate that Angie apologized to Jen. That actually makes it the second apology Jen has received. I would absolutely agree with her. That man does deserve to offer Jen a public apology. But not only Jen, I think he should publicly apologize to Lisa also. If that happens, great. She says that once they get this public apology, she'll let things go. I don't believe it because Jen has never been able to let things go. She tells someone that she forgives them, but she brings it up over and over again. And I don't think that that's fair. Now, the scene with all of the men getting together for the barbecue at Jen and Coach Shaw's house, I thought that was really nice. I know a lot of people thought, oh gosh, we don't want to see these husbands. But I don't mind these husbands. The husband that I really don't like seeing scenes with is Joe Gorga. These husbands I can deal with. Seth and John, they were awkward. That conversation was a little weird for me. Both of them were trying to stand up for their wives, but it just didn't go that great. But I did appreciate how they decided to just move on. They hugged it out. And they're not going to hold grudges against each other because their wives are not getting along at the time. I do love how they were there to support Coach Shaw. You know, he cried. This guy is a really good guy, and I do feel sorry for what he's going through. But I love how the guys were there. It was a safe space. He could tell how he felt. He could be vulnerable. And even Justin, Justin didn't use the words that he was fired. You know, he parted ways with his former company. You know, he's going through some things as well. And they were all there to be supportive of each other. I was surprised at first because those other two dudes showed up. And I said, well, who the hell are these people? And it turned out it was Dana and Angie K's husband. I said, oh, them. Anyway, it was really nice. At the end, we see Jen screaming and hollering at Dana because Dana said that she was bullying Angie H. She gets all upset, hangs up the phone, and storms out. You know, for somebody who is a full-fledged bully, it is really weird to me that you are acting a fool after being called out for being a bully. Ma'am, you know you are a bully. And the screaming and yelling and running off, that stuff's not going to work down at the jail. They are not going to put up with that. I mean, we already saw last week where she got busted down on the streets of Salt Lake, screaming and hollering, F-bombing at somebody on the streets. Jen, your behavior is childlike. It's really petty. And girl, listen, grown women do not have tantrums. And I'm here for Dana. Dana said, no, ma'am, she is not going to allow you to walk all over her and talk to her crazy. The way you were screaming and hollering down at Angie, it was a little bully-like, especially after you had already said a few scenes earlier that Angie and her husband called you back, fessed up to what they did, and said they were sorry. And you had seen Angie after that at the ski trip. So if they called you, said they were sorry, you accepted the apology, then you saw her at the ski trip and you didn't say anything to her, why wait till you get down here at this choir rehearsal to act the fool? That's all I'm saying. Like, cut the crap. So I guess last season at Whitney's launch party at her house, there was a man that was there. And I guess this man is somebody that they are alleging had an affair with Lisa. And Lisa is saying that Meredith was a part of this whole setup. So Meredith went out on Twitter and she said, at Lisa Barlow, I knew nothing about your affair with a man that Whitney invited to her Wild Rose party at the time of the party. The first I heard about the affair was months later from Whitney. You cannot hold me responsible for something I knew nothing about. Lisa Barlow replies, there was no affair. That's why it's so gross. And you're on camera saying you knew he was there and the intent was exactly what I explained in my video. Whitney invited him, but you knew the intent. Okay, so if Whitney invited him, that means Whitney is a part of all this. So why are you still all over Heather and Meredith? Where is Whitney's responsibility in this, Lisa? Meredith replies, Lisa, I knew nothing about that man or anything about you having an affair with him at Whitney's Wild Rose party. Whitney said you had an affair with him months later to me. That was the first I heard of it. Lisa replies, you're unhinged. Meredith replies, no, Lisa, not unhinged, but I'm tired of the perpetual lies about me. I did not know anything about that man or any affair you had with him or anyone else at Whitney's Wild Rose party. I had nothing to do with him being there. Lisa replies, don't worry. I'll request a reminder footage. I'm busy working. No more please. Meredith says, perfect. I would love to see it because it does not exist and I'm working too. So please just stop spreading lies so we can both get back to work. Lisa's last reply was, and there was no affair. Meredith kept calling it an affair and Lisa kept reminding her it was no affair. Look, these grown ass women could have got on the phone. They know each other's numbers. Cut the shit. That's all I'm saying. Let it go. And where is your heat for Whitney? Whitney is all over this and they're still acting as if they're best friends. Come on now. I'm just saying season 4, if they get a season 4, because the ratings are low. But if season 4 comes around, I have a feeling it's going to be everyone laser focused on Whitney. Whitney, your season is coming, honey. I'm just saying. Anyway, peeps, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.